In today's rapidly changing business landscape, global companies are eyeing Malaysia as a strategic base for expansion. In this exclusive interview, we speak with Mr. Ten and Mr. Lum from CHENG CO to uncover key insights on tax, compliance, digitalization, and what it takes for SMEs and manufacturers to stay competitive.
Hi, I'm Mr. Tan from CHENG CO PLT. I'm managing partner of the company. So we are actually providing audit services, and then we're also doing reporting accountants for IPO company.
My name is Lum. I'm a managing director of a CHENG CO group. I was in tax industry almost more than 20 over years. For me, tax I think is my passion. I still on and off to support our tax operation and also involve some premium client tax advisory.
Okay, Malaysia, of course, we have a bunch of natural resources which is good for the manufacturer. Then the second, of course, we talk about the infrastructure in Malaysia, like the whole supply chain, logistics, everything. We are quite ready in the sense to support all these businesses to grow their business. And then our people in Malaysia are multilingual. So multilingual, we can able to communicate with like China, even we can deal with the Western countries easily. Yeah. So these are all the I think very important factors that make Malaysia is one of the attention for other foreign company to set up their business in Malaysia. For the global trend, I think Malaysia has a lot of manufacturing from China. They may want to set up their factory in Malaysia. One of the few industry that very famous, I think, is electrical car industry. So this one also will help to boost up those auto parts industry in Malaysia. The second one I can think of is a data center like Nvidia, Microsoft. They all try to set up their plant in Malaysia. I think it's more opportunity rather than competitive threats. I think most of their foreign company, like for example, I talk about the China. So when it comes to Malaysia, they are not really like want to take over the whole industry. I think they are still willing to work with the existing factory, whether it's on the OEM to do manufacturing parts for them, or they may look for a joint venture with them. So for SMEs and SME to tap on this benefit or tap on this trend, so they should also find how to upgrade themselves. So to grab this kind of opportunity, for example, they can automate their system, improve their productivity, improve their product quality. This should the SME should focus on that area rather than they think that this threats to them. I think it's more on the supply chains integration. For example, so once the China set up factory in Malaysia, I think they need a lot of supply. So all the supply chains, they will need to supply material for certain parts to them to complete their products. So I say it's more supply chains integration. So of course, we also will bring up another industry, especially in the logistics industry, because we have all the infrastructure for export purpose. Okay, we are one-stop professional center. Of course, we can help them from initial setup the company and to the tax planning, and then to the audit, and then let's say they need to come out with a structure or the legal advice on how to comply with Malaysia business license. I think let's say automation, or they need a system. We also do recommend system to our China client that fit their manufacturing purpose. So I think the Malaysia, even the US tariff is not stable in all this. But I think as a manufacturer, they should, because the one is beyond our control. What the US imposed the tariff on us, that is beyond our control. So for manufacturing in Malaysia, if they want to succeed in their industry, I think they should focus on upgrade their product quality and bring more value add to the products, so that they can able to export to the Western country as well, to that meet their quality requirements. So another area they should look at is ESG. Because in the future, everyone also look at the ESG compliance company. So they should focus on the innovation, how to improve their product quality in terms of the ESG compliance.
With these global shifts and growing digital demands, Malaysia's SMEs stand at a crucial turning point. To seize the opportunities ahead, it's not just about upgrading production, but also about strengthening compliance and financial discipline.
I think being a SME, I think based on our data, SME play an important role in Malaysia economic contribution, almost 38% of our economy growth. And also talking about play an important role, I think being a good taxpayer is very important. You have to understand what are the tax benefits given under the Income Tax Act and etc. Instead of just have an intention that I don't want to report so much income, etc. Because now I think we are talking about digitalization. I think many transactions will go through the digital form. Like for example, some people may think that I don't want to issue invoice, I may have a chance to avoid reporting some income. But if your customer all are using the e-wallet to pay you, I don't think you can escape, because e-wallet transaction all will be recorded. So all will be, I would say, available for IRB tax audit. I think submit the tax on time, pay the tax on time, because to avoid this kind of penalty, I would say. If you ask me about SME local, yes, they may facing some competition from the overseas. I would say sometimes you don't think competition is negative. Sometimes competition may force you to become a better. You also can learn from the others from overseas company that how they do marketing, business development. Sometimes they may have a different approach that we never thought about before. Okay, for transfer pricing, firstly, I think they need to understand the requirement under the Income Tax Act of Malaysia. They have to prepare the documentation to support that how they are determine their pricing policy and how they are determine the pricing basics, and also did they do benchmarking before they finalize the pricing. I think this one is very important, because income tax, sometimes they may question about how do you determine your pricing. If you cannot support, they may have the risk of the adjustment on the transfer pricing. Because why transfer pricing important is many countries also have the same requirement and policy, and this is one of the initiative under the ESG to reduce the inequality. So I think this is also why there are many changes in the tax. It's also because of the ESG initiative. One, I think the SME trend have to take note is e-invoice. It's talking about one of the compliance under the Income Tax Act, that every company more than 500,000 turnover, you have to implement the e-invoice, and all the data of the invoicing they will transmit to the IRB portal in the coming these 2-3 years. After fully implement the e-invoice, I think IRB will have the big data to facilitate their tax audit purpose. I think for business, we have to see the category of those business entity. Whether you are in the early stage, we can help you to set up a company, doing account, outsource the account to us, help you to do your tax, and also the company secretary. This one is for those early stage of company. For those company that maybe in the mature stage, they want to grow further, they need more funds, then we can have an advisory to come in, help you to do some like company valuation, how much the company can value. Then you can find an investor to invest in your company. We also can do pre-IPO advisory to help you to prepare. Let's say you plan 5 to maybe 8 years later you want to go for IPO, then we can help you to prepare well, because sometimes you cannot straight away go for IPO. You need to do some like restructuring, internal control, all this you need time to implement. Some of the company maybe already grow to certain stage already, quite stable. They maybe in the first generation want to transfer to the next generation. I think it's under our multi-family office. We will help you how to structure, have a proper structure, also to minimize the risk that those dispute between the family member.
From factory setup to IPO advisory, CHENG CO provides end-to-end support for your growth journey in Malaysia. Whether you're local or foreign, early stage or scaling up, now is the time to level up. Partner with CHENG CO and DSC for your trusted path to growth and digital success.
But they also squeeze local business margin, limit how much value stay in country,
which is limited the visibility, giving a much more slower decisions as well as inconsistent data.